Hello, everybody, and welcome to the United Stand. It's the Sunday night show, so we're joined by Ricky, Adam, and Saeed. Lots to go through. Big weekend for Manchester United. We haven't even kicked a ball. We're kicking our balls tomorrow night against Southampton, and the opportunity to get top four is in our hands. So much to talk about, lots to talk about, but the title of the show is Solskjaer's transfer order, and this is not just about ins and outs. For anybody who didn't listen to what Solskjaer said yesterday, and we're going to start off on this. I don't want to dwell on it too long, lads, but he did come out with these words. United is very attractive to young players at the moment, and he was talking about transfers there. Lots of discussion about Mason Greenwood and fantastic performances from Martial and Rashford. We're getting closer to this transfer window now. There's more and more coming out about Jadon Sancho, and Dortmund still talking about this high fee. I don't want to dwell on it too much, but is it still a deal that you feel you want to happen? We'll start off with you, Saeed, and do you think it will happen?
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. You know what I mean? I think Man United have got to get Jadon Sancho over the line. You know what I mean? That is, for me, the paramount signing. And yes, we could talk about Greenwood and how brilliant is he doing. You know what I mean? He can't get out of the team. He's a generational talent. But I think next season we're going to see the real test of Man United. And I kept saying it. It's all good and playing all these teams and in the bottom half of the table and winning games. But next season will be the real test where you need squad depth. You need games that coming thick and fast. You'll have Carabao Cup in the midst. You'll have Europe. Obviously, Champions League football. It's like, I was about to say,
steady on.
But you know what I mean, Champions League football. You know what I mean, games are going to come thick and fast. You know what I mean. Well, one team's going to play 1 week, and then the Champions League, another team's going to have to play. It's all about squad depth. It's all about saying, are you good enough to play week in, week out? Is the bar going to be set? You know what I mean. I look at the teams in Real Madrid and all them kind of teams. You got Bale sleeping in the stands. You know what I mean, and he's there not playing. You just go to show about squad depth. If you're not ready and you're not good enough, mate, you're not playing. And that's what it's going to be about. Is Mason Greenwood going to step up? Is Rashford going to step up when Sancho's on the pitch? But United have got to get the deals done. And what we need is Sancho, a centre-back for me, paramount, all these key signings. Man United have to deliver. If we don't, we're going to be left behind because Chelsea are definitely, after yesterday's horror show, Chelsea are definitely going to buy a centre-back. Arsenal are most likely to buy a centre-back. You know what I mean? People are going to improve and people are going to make their teams bigger and bigger, and we have to step up and compete. It's all about competing now. It's dog for dog at the minute.
Oliver Brahm has just made a very good super chat, and I think I'll go to you on this, Ricky, although I just think you're so statistical, you might know the answer to this. He said, are you going to do a live reaction in the morning to the Man City decision? Anybody can pop in here, live comments or anything. Does anybody know? I keep hearing it's tomorrow, but is it?
It is tomorrow,
a certain time or?
It is
9:30. 9:30, I've been told.
It is tomorrow, mate. The noises up here in Manchester at the moment are that UEFA are coming out with this looking like complete clowns.
I heard they're going to get off, aren't they?
A lot of City fans are very, very there's leaked stuff and all sorts spreading around up here that they're getting off it clean. Yeah. So they're going to be getting absolutely not UEFA. There's sort of someone's already lost a job on some part of it. Yeah, there's all sorts going on. So yeah, we're expecting the announcement tomorrow. I'll be surprised if it was upheld after what's been said. I don't know if anyone else knows anymore. It's just what I've been told and what a lot of City fans are talking about that I know of. So it's not definite, but 9:30 tomorrow, I think that's what we're probably going to hear.
Well, if it's 9:30 tomorrow morning, I mean, from my experience of working around court cases, is that decision's already been made. If it's been announced at 9:30, there's no jury to go out. There's no deliberating. That's a Monday morning 9:30 thing. So I would think that you are probably right about that then, Adam. I mean, yeah. Ricky, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, it's frustrating because they've clearly done something wrong, and you chuck enough money at something, you find a way out. They've probably found a technicality or something, but makes it even more important tomorrow night, doesn't it?
Yeah, they'll have the best lawyers in the world, won't they? Because obviously they've got the money. So I'm sort of not surprised if that is what happens. I wouldn't be surprised, not one bit. Not saying it's right, but that's what you get for your money, isn't it? So if they've got the best lawyers, people have got off with murder in the past by having enough money to get the best lawyers, haven't they? Yeah. So whatever.
Well, you only have to watch the Jeffrey Epstein on Netflix. Yeah. That says it all, doesn't it?
whatever loophole they found or whatever it might be, but it won't surprise me one bit if they get off with it. But at the end of the day, we want to qualify by being. I don't know if that's the angle of the question from you, Mark, but we want to qualify by being in the top 4, don't we?
Yeah. I don't want
for us. I think it's better for us. Yeah.
I mean, look, that's a great point from that point of view. I mean, I just think that they've clearly done something wrong. It's a 2-year ban. For a 2-year ban to go to nothing, I thought maybe a year, but to go to nothing. So, but it doesn't surprise me. But actually, from a footballing point of view, I think we'd all agree, I don't want 5th in Champions League anyway. I want 3rd or 4th because, if Chelsea get in because of 5th, well, that's just typical jammy Chelsea, isn't it? That's I don't want that. I don't want that at all. But then back to the transfer stuff. I'll go to you on Adam on this one. So the second part to this Solskjaer transfer order is, and I saw this yesterday, there's been some talk about Pereira, but there was a story that Manchester United have told Pereira that under no circumstances is he going to leave this summer, which I don't know what your thoughts are about that.
Yeah, if that's true, then I'm gutted, to be honest. I have no disrespect to the lad, but I just see an opportunity for, worst case scenario, a younger player, if not a player coming in, a younger player in our youth team getting an opportunity, because Pereira's in the way. He's been given ample opportunities, Pereira. The only time he ever shows up is in friendlies or when it doesn't matter. And, maybe it's because there's a few more that need to be outed before him. I mean, I would probably put Lingard ahead of him. He's on the same thing. I think Jones, Rojo, Lingard, then Pereira. I mean, there's so many players in there that we know need to go. He's probably not on the first 3 on the list. That's all you could say. I mean, I'd want Sanchez gone before Pereira. There's loads to get. I just think that maybe we can't get rid of them all realistically in one summer. I think that's why he may be still in there. Matic signing a new contract, McTominay signing a contract, Pereira still being there. Is that a sign? I hope not. But for me, I don't want to see him in that United team. I just don't think he's good enough, and he's proved it when he's played this season. Whether it'll be different if he's coming into an atmosphere of a team that's playing really well on the odd occasion, and maybe an FA Cup night or something like that, use sparing left. But we're one injury away from seeing Pereira for a half a season, aren't we? And that's the scary thought. That is what I really don't want to be seeing next season. So, like you said, the investment needs to be there. You've got to look at United's squad and where is the shortfall more? And we talked about this last week. Ricky said he didn't think the quality of defenders was there to cover a centre-back going down. If we lose Pogba or Fernandez, then, we're up shit creek, aren't we? Let's be honest. But Igalo goes in January and we lose one of Mason, Greenwood or Rashford in injury. Where's the priority? Do you know what I mean? So Sancho has to come in. He has to be there. We need strength in depth. We need quality in depth more. Pereira's not it, but you can sort of see where it's coming from, and that with the amount of crap that we have got to get rid of probably before him, which is embarrassing on its own.
Rizzy says Bournemouth look like they're scoring. I've got it on there, so if anything happens, I will let people know. But don't worry. If I jump up going yes, then you'll know why. But no, I think on Pereira, I'd love him to succeed. I just haven't seen enough of him showing that. I've seen enough of him. Definitely seen enough of him. Too much of him.
Pre-season, you have.
Yeah, I don't think he's what we need. But I agree with Adam that you can't get rid of 5 or 6 players. You just can't do that. And there may be people that need to go first. You mentioned the centre-back, Saeed. I see that, Tyrone Mings, Nathan Ake.
Mate. Forget
Godfrey at Norwich, Roden at Swansea. I don't think you're going to get your Koulibaly or your Skriniars. I mean, what do you think about the centre-back situation? Would you be happy if we did something like that? One of those sort of players that are going to get relegated style of players?
I'm shocked, mate. I watched Nathan Ake, mate. I'm not, he's made a block here, but he's been twisted about in this game. I don't know if you've seen the game, guys, but Nathan Ake for me is not what United should be going at. We've already got a world-class centre-back in Harry Maguire. We just need someone alongside him that's very, very quick. And that man that you're talking about is going to be Koulibaly. I'm sorry to say, guys, I know you people are saying he's old, he's 29, he's this and that, but you've seen it now. I think Small is apparently, as a principal, been deal to done that. He's gone now. You know what I mean? For me, Victor Lindelof is a steady Eddie. He's a very, very, very good squad player. You know what? I would love him if he was a squad player because he can give us that versatility. He can play right back. I think he can play centre defensive mid. I really, really do. And then you've got Bailly. For me, it's just not. I wouldn't say he's not good enough, but I just think he's injury prone and we can't rely on him. Then you look at Rojo. You know what I mean? Just terrible. Phil Jones. You know what I mean? No comment. You know what I mean? So Koulibaly is paramount. You know what I mean? For Man United to go forward. You know what I mean? You've got a quick centre back. You know what I mean? Strong. You know what I mean? He's good in the air. If Man City are going for him and Man City are ready to pay 70 million, yeah, and they can get 2-3 years out of him, how dare we to say we don't need him? We've not won anything. And Man City have won everything in the world, yeah, apart from the Champions League, and they're still going for him. They're still willing to improve. But Man United are saying, no, he's 29, we don't need him. That's what's wrong with the football club. We're not getting quality now. Sancho fits into the team. Koulibaly fits into the team. That's what we need. We don't need someone like Nathan Ake who's going to come in and then he does all right, and then Bailly comes in the team, and then Lindelof comes in the team. We need a starter, and Koulibaly is a starter. He goes in the team, and it makes us better.
But yeah, I mean, I suppose the thing with Koulibaly is that we're just not going to be able to afford to get Koulibaly and a Sancho, and in that situation, you know, if you could have Sancho and a Tyrone Mings, or a Koulibaly and a I don't know, a dodgy right winger, what are you going to go for?
Well, Tyrone Mings for me is a no-go anyway. You know what I mean? He got sent to the shops by Greenwood, so Tyrone Mings is a no-go. If Man United could,
there'll be a lot of people going to the shops with Greenwood. To be fair,
well, you know what I mean. Left foot, right foot. I told you, one day it's to Sainsbury's, one day to Aldi. Depends on what deal you get. You know what I mean? But what the problem is with Man United's recruitment system is they don't sell well. And if you can sell Smalling for 30 million, I think we can get 30 million for him.
30 million?
30 million, honestly.
We can get a laugh.
Honestly, I think we can get 30 million for Smalling because he's only 30.
You now, you won't.
All right, I'm saying 30 million. I reckon we can get about 15 million. Well, he's 30 now, isn't he? He's 30.
You ain't getting 30 million for Smalling.
Right. You
get 17 million's reported.
I think you get 30 million for him. Then you sell Pereira for about 15 million. I reckon you get 25 million for Jesse Lingard. Listen to me, guys.
How much did you sell Pereira for?
Pereira 15 million.
15?
15 million, I reckon.
All right. I thought you said 50. I was like, what?
50, crazy. Then you can sell Jesse Lingard for 25 million. I think you go for 25 million.
Yeah, I
Then
agree.
you go in, I reckon, then maybe Rojo for about 5 million. Then maybe, I don't know, who else is out there? That recruitment is all about 70 million, 80 million there. That's Koulibaly right there for you. Go raise the funds for Koulibaly. If the recruitment system is right, Mark, anything is possible. But when you've got clowns like Ed Woodward and the recruitment system, then you're going to get nothing done. That's simple as that.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I just must want to say as well, Defend Sharp Eli, I've put it up on there. His grandfather passed this morning, age 77, top red till the end, and commiserations. And I hope you're doing well. And yeah, you know, there's not much more you can say than that, is there? I hope you and your family are doing well, and thoughts are with you with everybody. And thanks for the message there. With the centre back situation, Ricky, I know you're a big fan of Eric Bailly. Should we not give him a chance?
I'm a big fan of his anyway, but his injury record, you just don't know if he's going to be fit or not. I think we're in a bit of a mess centre back wise. I really do. It looks like I don't know where that news came from today, but it looks pretty concrete now that Smalling's signing for Roma. Some people might go, "Why are you mentioning Smalling? He's not even in the hunt." But you know, I don't care what anyone says. He's better than Bailey. He's better than Jones. He's better. You know, if we could have had Smalling back as a squad player, our best three centre backs would be Smalling, Lindelof, and Maguire. But it looks like we ain't going to keep him. So if we're not going to keep him, the rest of them, to me, are not good enough. Bailey's the one who might have half a chance, but he ain't good enough anyway for me. But he's injury prone as well. So I think we desperately need another centre back. Whether it's you just said a starter would be handy, but even a good backup would be handy, big time. I think.
What would you fancy an Ake or a Tyrone Mings, or is it not? No,
definitely. I mean, Saeed's just mentioned the figure of 30 million for Smalling. I think only because of his age, I think he's easily a quality of a £30 million centre back, easily. But he's like you say, he's 30 now, so I think more realistic is 15 million quid.
But in the Serie A league, though, Serie A league, you go to 36. You can play to. I reckon Smalley would glide in there to 36
or 36. Centre backs do. Centre backs play in the Premier League till then. Jackie Hill could come on yesterday.
Yeah, but you're saying there in the pandemic at the moment, the Italian league isn't the richest, so I just don't see that happening for Smalling either. It's just I think they rely on their gates as well a lot more. They don't get as much TV revenue and sponsorship in Italy, so I think it's more realistic 15, 17 million for Smalling at that age. And then it's like you said, the rest of them, I don't see us getting 10 million for Lingard, I'll be honest.
I don't.
10 million?
No. I think he'll go for 20.
I don't think he'll get that. I honestly don't.
So who, Mark? Who's going to give 20 million for Lingard?
West Ham.
Honestly,
that's the fair point.
It's in his prime years. He's English. You know what I mean? He's an attacking midfielder. You know what I mean? He'd be in a good team, in a press team. Honestly, if we can sell it well, I reckon we could get about 25 million to him. But the problem is we've got Ed Woodward to sell him, and he'll want just anything from Jesse Lingard.
The best thing for us is that Lingard's got Raiola, hasn't he? That's the best thing for us.
Has anybody got any idea? Because I haven't. What West Ham's record signing might be?
They've spent over 20 easy, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They sort of match their record signing for Jesse Lingard. I
think Felipe Anderson might have gone for
40, 50, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they might have done. Just quickly, I mean, I know you're Saeed, I know you're a big fan of Harry Kane. What are you bloody idiot? Bournemouth should have scored there. What's he doing? He's kicking thin air. Bloody proud. I was ready there. I don't know what he's bloody doing. What a prat. Anyway, he was offside. But no, you're a big fan of Harry Kane. Big fan of Harry Kane, Saeed. Yeah. And
Harry Kane.
I'm sure some of you saw what Carragher said about Martial this week after what I thought was a fantastic performance against Aston Villa. He said, "I'm not convinced he's a top number 9 you can win a title with." And I thought, here's a player who gets paid lots of money to watch football and doesn't watch it, because for me, Martial is bang on, and I wanted to bring it up tonight, really, and we'll start with you again, Saeed. If I could give you Harry Kane, are you going to take Harry Kane, or is Martial the man?
I think what I've seen of Martial, I think I said it to Flex. Honestly, I'm not going to get too excited, but I think the hunger's back. And that is what I wanted from Martial. I wanted the hunger back. I wanted him to be ready. Does he want the number 9 position? Is he going to be better in a fluid system? And that's what I've seen from him now. And I like that. Harry Kane is my kind of a fantasy, my dream number 9. And I think if Man United...
Is that what you're looking at the moment? Because you're frozen looking at something.
Sorry?
You're frozen at the moment. You're just looking up at something like you really love it. And I'm just wondering if it's a picture of Harry Kane. Oh, he's back now. Oh, he's gone again now. I'm sure he'll be back.
No, he's finished.
He's had enough. I've mocked him for the last time. I think he's coming in there. Let's add him in. Yeah, go on. You're back now.
Yeah, you're back now, yeah. What was I looking? What was I looking?
Top left. Something on your wall. You were very happy with it.
Probably looking at Harry Kane's finishing then. I don't know.
You got a poster of him on your wall, haven't you, Said? Stop lying.
Yeah, it's just there. But I think Harry Kane's my fantasy signing. I think Harry Kane is what I think Man United should always be having it as a number 9. You look at Van Persie, Wayne Rooney, Van Nistelrooy. I put Harry Kane in that bracket for me. I know Martial could get to there, but I think Harry Kane would easily fit into Man United's kind of, not say style, but just the kind of aura of how Man United have been built over the years of world-class strikers. I think right now I would sacrifice Harry Kane for Sancho and Koulibaly. That's my opinion, Mark. I think right now, I look at... Yeah, I know it's going back of what I said, but I think
I'll tell you what, he's doing more flip-flops than a Russian gymnast at the moment.
No, relax. It's not flip-flop. I just think I've looked at Martial now, and I've looked at the system that's been put in now, and maybe we need a kind of more areas that I'm looking at, like a defensive midfield.
You would get rid of Martial to bring Harry Kane in, and would do without a centre-back that you said we desperately need 5 minutes ago.
No, I didn't say that. No. I said I'd sacrifice Harry Kane not coming over Sancho and Koulibaly. Yeah, no worries.
I thought you were saying you'd sacrifice Koulibaly and Sancho to bring Harry Kane in.
No.
He is on your wall, isn't he?
No. I'm not that deluded. I might say some rational stuff, but I'm not going that far.
Ricky, I know you're a big fan of Martial. I mean, what's Carragher on really? Do you think it is that you tend to look at things quite even-handedly. Jamie Carragher, I think, is a decent pundit, apart from being from Liverpool. But what do you think he's on about there with Martial? Because we've seen this a lot with our ex-pros as well. There's almost a begrudging acceptance that Martial's good now, because I've seen Keno, I've seen Gary Neville. They've all took a pop at Martial when I always thought he was doing a good job.
Martial is absolutely fantastic. I just can't believe these people who don't see it. He's an unbelievable player. Even in the times when it wasn't going well for him, when Jose wasn't picking him all the time, for me, when he played, he was class. He just didn't play him enough. I mean, Van Gaal played him all the time, and now Ollie's playing him all the time. I'm not knocking Ollie for this, but there's lots of people out there saying he's turned him into a different striker. He scored 17 goals for Van Gaal. He's got 20 goals now playing for Ollie. I believe that these two managers, Van Gaal and Ollie, have just played him. They just pick him all the time. I'm not saying he's not improved him. He might have improved him, but he scored 17 goals 3 years ago. You know what I mean? So he scored 20 goals now. There ain't that much different, especially since he was only 19 then. There ain't that much difference. It's purely and simply that he's in the team all the time. That's the most important ingredient. Jose didn't have him in the team all the time at all. His appearances were too low, and also when he used to pick him, he used to sub him a hell of a lot. His minutes on the pitch just weren't high enough. If he'd have just picked him all the time, he's a 20-odd goal a season man, as well as being a top player. As being an absolutely top player. His hold-up play is great. He brings people into the game. Martial's absolutely superb. And all the difference is that he's getting picked all the time. That's all it is.
What I liked, Adam, he wasn't very happy on... Was it Thursday night we played? He wasn't very happy when he came off.
Don't blame him either.
No, it wasn't, mate. It wasn't. That's like a hunger.
He walked down.
That's like
I think that's the point. I think Ricky makes a good point there, Adam, doesn't he? Because I know that Martial's sort of coming off around 70 minutes because he's going to bring Agallo on, and I think that's a bit unfair on Martial because he deserved a goal against Villa, and I know we all said, "Oh, that's great that he's pissed off," and it is great because he was angry because he hadn't scored. But I also think that he should have had 90 minutes, but because Agallo can only play down the middle, he always takes Martial off.
That's it. It shows you done it exactly where he's sort of found his spot now. Quickly, just wanted to touch on it. Ricky, I'm a bit disappointed in you there, mate. You didn't call him Marshall. You actually pronounced his name right. What's going on? Ricky, come on. Anyway.
I want to add something to that before I forget about him getting subbed in every game. Because I've had literally dozens of people saying to me, it's a team game and we need him fit for the next game, etc., which is all true and it's all fine. But when you've got
a penalty.
Penalty in the Bournemouth game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Penalty.
To Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Come on, Bournemouth.
65 minutes. So what are we how many points are we behind Leicester at the moment? Are we one? So they draw and we win tomorrow. We're third.
Wow.
I said we're getting third. I said we're getting third in lockdown. I did. Everyone laughed at me. He's a good keeper though, Casper.
I'm waiting for Ricky to fall off his chair looking.
Don't do this.
Behind yours.
Think of your dad, Casper. Think of your dad. Let it in.
Apparently Solanke's taking it. Goal.
Solanke.
Yay! Get in there. Up the cherries.
Okay.
Up the cherries.
Game on.
Yeah. There you go.
Game on.
We'll keep you updated with what's going on. Cave says save, you troll. It's in the back of the net. It's 1-1. So we'll be live for the next 25 minutes. We'll be live on air when that'll be great. We'll keep an eye on it.
If I could finish what I was saying about Martial there, lots of people have been saying to me, it's a team game, we need him fit, bring him off 15 to 20 minutes from the end because if with games done and dusted, we need him fit for the next game. That's all true. It's all perfectly fine. Except when it's the very same player every single solitary game with no exception, especially when he's a star player. It is also a little bit of give and take, and it is important that you keep your players happy as well. It's another important. It's not as important that they remain fit. Of course, it isn't. But we've now had 5 league games and 1 cup tie, and he's not had one single solitary full game. And if I was him, I'd be devastated as well. He needs to just share it out a little bit better.
Yeah, I think as I said, I think it's because of Garlo can only play through the middle, couldn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly why he keeps stubbing him, because he's sort of pushed
Martial to the left him. Rashford off, couldn't he? That's what he could do.
I don't want Martial. I want on the left. I think he's our best number 9, and I think 20 goals this season is our best. Is his best position.
If he wants to stay on the pitch, he will be happy getting switched to the left for 10 minutes.
He would. He would.
Yes, get in there!
No way!
Bournemouth!
No way!
Come on!
What's going on?
My God! Wow!
I don't know. There might be a bit of VAR. Oh, this is good on a Sunday night, having a bit of the football in the background as well.
It's like a watch along now. This.
Yeah, they're having a good old moan. I don't know.
Was it a goal or not?
Well, I don't. This is why I hate VAR. I saw the goal, and now they're all having a bloody moan about something. So we don't know. I mean, the next topic is going to actually be about the captaincy. I got a very good question coming in the other day about, if Bruno had been signed in the summer when I said he should have been signed, he'd be the captain of Manchester United, and he might never be United captain now because Maguire got it because he was in first, and whether he should be the captain. But let's have a look at this goal. Shoots.
Red.
How's that not a goal? What are they talking about? VAR. Oh, Solanke's done something in the goal. It's definitely a goal then. It's about...
Red card.
They have to
Red
check.
card for Leicester. Red card for Leicester.
I think that's... I actually feel a bit sorry for him there, Sionku. So basically, the goal's fine. He goes to get the ball. The Bournemouth player pushes him into the net and he kicks him. So he's reacted to actually being pushed himself.
Has he been red carded? That means he's out of our game.
Yeah.
Is it a straight?
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely... He won't get overturned by VAR, but it's a bit like the Beckham thing. I feel a bit sorry for him because he gets shoved into the goal and then he reacts. So the Bournemouth player...
Soyuncu's season over then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Leicester. Well, there's nothing about the Leicester goal it's not going to get given. Sorry, there's nothing about the Bournemouth goal.
Yeah.
Callum Wilson shoves him into the net. Well, to be honest, what Callum Wilson does isn't that much. And then he kicks out at him afterwards. Or does he try? He might be trying to kick the ball, though. I don't know.
The VAR review, though, now. VAR review.
Oh, man.
So anyway, look, let's carry on. The captaincy of Manchester United. Let's go to that then, Adam. I'll let you start on that one. Are you happy with Maguire, or actually do you think it should be Bruno?
No,
or anybody else?
I'm happy with Maguire at the moment. I think we went through the team a couple of weeks ago and we couldn't find any other outstanding candidate to take the captaincy off Maguire. I think Bruno probably is the only one, just through his attitude and the way he tries to dictate play. The way he just looks like a talker, and he looks like a player you could sort of look to and play up to as a squad player or anyone coming in. You come in and you see Bruno Fernandes doing what he's doing and his attitude towards the game. And I could definitely see Bruno getting a captaincy. But like you said, then I don't see Ole. It's Ricky's just touched on it. Then he's very, very strict with his substitutions. He's very strict with certain players that play all the time. I don't think he's going to change his tack on his captaincy either. I mean, we all said last week we should have one penalty taker. I think we all agreed on that. Ollie lets them do what they want, and I don't see him changing the captaincy at all. He's very stubborn with what he does, Ollie, and I do feel like I'm completely at ease with Maguire being a captain anyway. He's a leader. I just don't see Bruno Fernandes getting a chance unless Maguire isn't in the team. I see him probably being our standing sort of deputy captain now. I don't see him getting a chance, to be honest, because Ollie's not going to change from Maguire. From what I've seen Ollie and the way he is with everything else, like we just said, I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. So no, it looks like Slabhead's the captain for the foreseeable anyway. So Harry Beckenbauer for Saeed then, all the way.
It just reminded me now, I can't believe you allowed that thumbnail to be bloody... What was it? Maguire's better than Van Dijk in a game where I never even noticed Maguire do anything. I saw it go up, and I always checked them. I said to Josh, "Is he happy with that going up then?" Because he
didn't tell me he's happy. He didn't tell me anything.
He don't tell us anything. He never
tells us anything. No, he doesn't. I have a word with him.
I will have a word. I was like, Van Dijk, Maguire's better than Van Dijk. I thought at least do it in a game where Maguire played well. I didn't even bloody notice him. He had a cigar on, didn't he?
He had KG as well, didn't he? Because he said that Bruno's better than De Bruyne.
I know what Josh's game is now. Then, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But the Arsenal is. I tell you what, Josh is our camera guy's an Arsenal fan, and you can tell with some of his thumbnails then what he's trying to do. He's trying to go for this AFTV route, isn't he? You know, but yeah. I mean, look, either of you two, would you like Bruno as captain, or is it not a problem?
I'm reasonably happy with Maguire. His form's not fantastic at the minute, but I think normally I'm pretty happy with Maguire. But if it's not Maguire, by the way, it should be Matic. I'm definitely serious. He's the one who brings the calming influence to the team. He's the one who stays in front of the back four. These are the type of players that...
He was crap against Villa, you know.
He wasn't crap. He made a few mistakes, but he wasn't.
He nearly caught... You see him dawdling on the ball, the bag of cement in the first few minutes.
He got caught on the ball. He will get caught on the ball once.
I'm only winding him up anyway. He's not been that good this week, though. He's not...
he did make
the rest
of games, but he also did a lot of good things.
Which is fine. Which is absolutely fine. I mean, look... Saeed, I mean, I gave Wan-Bissaka a really low score against Villa.
I did.
And I love doing it because I'm like, I love Wan-Bissaka, but this is what I mean. This is what's really important. I don't think Matic had a great week. I think he did okay. I thought Wan-Bissaka was poor against Villa, but he's still my player of the year. We'll get the whole point, and I've seen it for 30 years with United, is that you will not have your best player playing well. Like Greenwood might have a stinker tomorrow night, but Martial and Bruno might be world class, and you can carry your players there. So I actually liked the fact that Wan-Bissaka did have a bad game, because Luke Shaw and Bruno and Pogba and Martial and Mason Greenwood, I thought they were all first class. And I thought Rashford did okay, but looked like he had a bad game because everyone else had a brilliant game.
I think that's what you're going to get, in terms of inconsistencies. But just going back to the question of captain, it has to be Harry Beckenbauer, because I feel like what we need is a captain, a leader. I think we need someone that's going to be commanding of everyone and getting of everyone. I don't know if you've seen the Norwich game where he told Luke Shaw to get on it and get stuck with it and get in the game. You need that kind of people that are going to be honest with players. And I think Harry Maguire is the only person that will be honest with everyone. And I feel like that is our captain, he's our leader. He's aggressive in everything he does. For me, he's one of the best in the world. And you're going to see it time and time again. When he's got a class centre back with him, you're going to see the best of Harry Maguire. So for me, it has to be Harry Maguire for captain.
This is the first time as well that we've had more than probably one leader on the pitch. This is why I think we are doing a lot better. But I mean, Ricky, I don't agree with Ricky on Matic being the captain, but I do agree with him being a leader figure in that team, because he is playing his best football now that I've seen him play for the club. Bruno is another leader. Maguire, even when these players are not playing well, they keep that sort of leadership quality about them. That's key in this. They don't let their head drop just by the way that they're playing and their performances are going. It's actually important that they stick to what their other job is. It's like a cricket captain, isn't it? They're picked for a reason. They can inspire the team and make certain decisions and talk to people the right way, even if they're not having a great game. It's such an important role. But I think it's been made easier for Maguire, for the likes of a Matic and a Bruno, and these sort of figures actually all being involved in it as well. And that's why I'm more confident than ever with United, because the camaraderie and the actual attitude and everything around the team and the squad at the moment is the best I've seen it in years. I think that's all part of it. We've got leaders on that pitch now that we can turn to. And like Mark said, then you've got world-class players who can bail out another player if he's not having such a good game. Whereas before we were relying on one or two players. If they didn't show up, then we were in trouble. Right now, like you said, if Greenwood's not there, Martial steps up. Rashford may come in, step up. Pogba, Bruno, all these players can just do a job for us. And the likes of Igalo on the bench, when it's not working right, then he comes on, scores a goal. There's plenty there, and it's clear and obvious right now why we're doing a lot better, because the squad is at ease. There's a good atmosphere around the club, and it's leadership. We've not had leadership for years in what we've got right now. And the way Matic is talking, no one was expecting Matic to get that deal, but it says a lot that he got his contract extension, the option to extend the contract, and then got another 3 years. So there's a lot of good things going on behind the scenes with that squad at the moment. So bringing back into the summer and who goes is vitally important, because Sanchez should not be allowed anywhere near that training ground.
No,
the deadwood and the bad atmosphere around certain players cannot be anywhere near that what we've got right now. Even the players that we're saying are not good enough. You know what I mean? There's still a good sort of atmosphere around them. No one's saying bad things now. There's nothing leaking out. And that seems to have just left with the certain players. And it's now clear and obvious the ones that were making it making it a bad atmosphere. We got rid of Jose, didn't we? Lukaku went, Sanchez went in one go. There's no surprise that Rojo also went in January. So I just feel like we're going in the right direction. It's very, very important this summer, though. Definitely important this summer not to take 2 steps back from what we've actually accomplished over this second part of this season, because we're heading in the right direction. We really are. It's just we've got to be careful this summer that we don't ruin it.
I think on the captaincy, all I would say is probably different to everybody else. And I think James said it in the live comments, is that why have Rio as captain when you can have Roy Keane? I think Harry Maguire is a good captain, but for me, Bruno Fernandes is a better captain. He directs the play. He shouts at everybody. And if he's captain, he's taking all the free kicks and the penalties, which for me is that's what I want to see. But
that's a good point, though, Mark. You make a good point there, because now we're looking at it. Now we've got loads of captains in one team. Before we didn't have that. You know what I mean? Now you've got Matic, Harry Maguire, Bruno, Pogba. Everyone now is a captain almost. So maybe the captain argument is a loose argument, because we are now have got loads of leaders now, and that's very, very fortunate. You know what I mean? Back in the day, we didn't have nothing a few years ago.
Look at the youth players that are coming through. Am I right in thinking that Brandon Williams was captain of his youth level as well when he came through? Yeah. So it's sort of breeding through. McTominay definitely played a key part through the youth setup as well while he was coming through. So we're sort of breeding this sort of mentality through as well. It's no surprise that we're seeing a lot more of our younger players come through now, because the mentality and the attitude of them is what this team is all about right now. And everything's just fitting into, it's like the jigsaw's just coming together. I just hope that the bad blood coming back in the summer doesn't ruin it, and we get off to a good start next season as well.
Well, look, Manchester United at the moment haven't even played this weekend. Chelsea have lost. Leicester are losing. And we win tomorrow night against Southampton, and we will be in 3rd place. And the interesting thing about that is that we've always felt we've got to win every single game, and we were very disappointed when we drew with Southampton. But the point is, I think even if we drew tomorrow, we'll still get top 4. But we must win tomorrow, and we must take advantage of it, because the thing for me is that, I mean, I was just looking at Leicester. I think I've got this right. They've taken 6 points from 18 since lockdown. So they've lost 12
there
points.
Was in before lockdown, out of the top 10 teams in the league at that time, Leicester were bottom of the form table. They were 10th out of the whole top 10. Their form is no surprise at all. It's why I was confident going in. They have been absolutely shocking 5 or 6 games before lockdown hit, and it's just carried on. It has carried on, and it's no surprise.
If we win tomorrow and then we beat Palace and then we beat West Ham, we'll be playing our reserves against Leicester. We won't be going to Leicester needing to win. They will. If Leicester lose tonight, which they're going to do, they've then got Sheffield United and Spurs. Chelsea got to play Liverpool. I don't even think that Leicester game that we were like, that'll be the cup final where we overtake them. We'll be 3rd tomorrow night with 3 games to go. Win your next 2. I don't think Leicester will be able to catch us. I think we'll be playing Leicester, and they'll be desperately trying to beat us, and we'll be sat there in 3rd with a cigar. And you know, Leicester, we might even let them beat us. Who knows? But I mean, Ricky,
don't jinx it, Mark.
How are you feeling about it, Ricky? This top 4 now, it's looking very likely, and everything's going United's way as well at the moment. You know, Bruno 2 Player of the Month, Goal of the Month. All the results are going our way. It just shows you how great we're doing.
It's all going our way, and the thing in football, it can, you know, you never know when it's going to come back to bite you in the bum, do you? Like you just said, you know, we've got to win tomorrow night. Now, it's no good if we don't win tomorrow night. And I know we could still be above them when we play them. But if we take these next 3 games and I don't like looking more than one game ahead, but that's not what we're talking about, isn't it? If we can win these next 3 games, I think we will be qualified before we play them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I'd rather say let's take it one game at a time, because I think all of these next few games could be a bit trickier than people are thinking. West Ham are really on form at the minute. Southampton have just beat City. Obviously, if we play as we have been playing, we're definitely favourites. But I'm just not quite as how can I put it? I'm not overconfident like so many people seem to be. But I do think we can do it. And if we do win the 3 games, we will be above them when we play them.
Do you just quickly on that, Ricky? Solskjaer, obviously, we're playing very well at the moment. Villa were quite good for the first 20 minutes, and then we came through. They couldn't score against us, which many people predicted would be the case. They're a bit lightweight up front. But still, you get the old Barchester United, you should be beating these sort of teams, even though we keep seeing top 6 clubs losing to these teams that we're beating easy, and it's only them, it's only them, it's only them. Just on Solskjaer, do you put a lot of this down to him, or do you put it down to the players? And the reason I asked that question is I'm trying to think about, I was asked a question today by somebody, is Solskjaer the man to win the title with Manchester United? 3-1 to Bournemouth. It's deflected in. Stanislas, 3-1.
Oh my God.
They weren't going to come back. We'll do this. We should just do one of these every time one of our rivals play. But it's 3-1 to Bournemouth. I tell you what, the relegation battle's now looking better than the top 4 battle. I think United. I can't
believe Villa and Bournemouth have both won today.
No, it's looking
I
exciting.
Finished.
The relegation battle I thought was over, but I also thought Sheffield United and Wolves were out of this top 4 race. But if Sheffield United beat Leicester on Thursday, I think they're only 2 points behind them with 2 games to go. So Sheffield United, remember Sheffield United start as well. They lost to us. They drew with Villa. They lost to Newcastle. They were shite themselves. So Sheffield United are probably there going, oh shit, we could have been in the top 4 with United. It could have been 2. But go back to that, Ricky. How much of this run do you put down? I know it's a short sample, really, because we don't, we need to do this for a longer period of time. But this way we're playing, do you think it actually is down to the Pogbas, the Matic, the Brunos, the Martials, or do you think a lot of it is down to the coaching and we should be trusting in what is an inexperienced coaching staff with Carrick and McKenna and Solskjaer?
It's a difficult question, really, Matt, because we're playing better since the better players came back in. Obviously, we only had Bruno for a few games before we went into lockdown. Matic only came back into favour through injury in January, and now Pogba's fit again. And the team at the minute is playing really well, but 3 of the most important players are 3 players that have only been in the team since January, really. Matic, Pogba and Bruno. And they've also come in bit by bit. So you are getting stronger as you go along. So you can't say that there's no credit down to the management. You can't say that there isn't credit down to the coaching staff. But without a shadow of a doubt, the team on paper is getting stronger bit by bit. So it's hard to say how much of it is down to the coaching staff, or you are going to play better when you've got Pogba and Bruno and Matic in the midfield instead of McTominay, Lingard and Pereira, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. So I don't know.
The goal did go in off Johnny Evans, and Johnny Evans always a red. Always a red, Johnny Evans. Yeah. But yeah, look, it's looking fantastically exciting for us. We also had the Europa League draw this week, Adam. And we should just discuss it for a minute or so. It looks like, for some reason, we've got to play this stupid second leg against Last Links, which is just a waste of time when you're 5-0 up. Then we've got probably a winnable quarterfinal. Then we're probably going to play sort of Wolves or Roma or Sevilla, and then maybe Inter Milan in the final. But a lot of people have raised a good point. If Champions League football is already established and next season's about trying to close a gap on Liverpool and Man City, we know that Liverpool basically have got all of August off and half of September, and then they'll come back fresh. We know that Man City will probably be playing Champions League football, but they might be next season not playing it. And United could go on this run, then play all of August, have a week or 2 off, and then go straight into a new season. If Champions League football is established from the league, which it's looking like it is, would it not be an idea to say, Bruno, Pogba, Martial, take August off, and I'll take a half and half squad? Or do you just go and try and win that as well?
Ollie won't do it. He'll go out for the trophy, mate, like he will for the FA Cup as well. He's United blood, and he knows the words of Ferguson, you have to win a trophy every season, will be ringing in his ears. He knows what he's got to do as a Manchester United man. United have been overtaken now by Liverpool by 1, I think, in the trophy hall. He'll be going out for the FA Cup and the Europa League, I guarantee it. Never have we had a better opportunity to get 2 trophies with
it's
the
4-1
squad.
It's 4-1. Solanke.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Their goal difference.
That's it. The goal difference is gone now.
Yeah, it's gone. It just keeps getting better and better for Manchester United here.
How the hell? Saeed said a minute ago, what is going on with football?
Their goal difference has gone down to 29.
I think we're 3 behind them now, is it?
Yeah, ours is 26. I said we'll win 3-0 tomorrow night. So, but it won't matter anyway. It won't matter anyway.
No, it's sorry. Going back to the trophies and that there, then it's like never have we had a better opportunity with a fully fit squad to go after 2 trophies in such a short space of time. I just don't see him doing anything other than playing out the rest of this season full strength. Obviously, he's going to be full strength against Chelsea in the Cup and then probably City in the final if we get through Chelsea. I see him doing exactly the same again in the Europa League. Am I right? Is it all 2 leg or is it 1 leg after the quarter-final stage?
1 leg after, yeah.
1 leg. So what is it? Another 4 games? Is that then?
Yeah, all together, yeah.
All together, 4 games.
The last game, yeah.
Yeah, so for me,
the last game, we don't have to play a full-strength team at all, does it?
Yeah, I guarantee that Liverpool will be having to play matches, though, just to try and keep match fit. So if anything, it could benefit us going into the season having played a few more games because everyone's going to be playing friendlies. It's interesting now how the French teams are trying to play friendlies now and such a disadvantage going back into the Champions League now for them.
I've always said that.
Lyon, now I think they've played 1 game, a friendly, and they're going to be nowhere near Juventus's level because obviously Italy are playing. I see it probably as an advantage, mate, more than anything going into it. I just think we'll be a bit more match sharp. We'll have a little bit of a break. I just think it's going to play into our hands. And 4 games is
we probably won't even need to play it anyway. The way things are going at the moment, everything goes our way when we don't play. Do we even have to turn up? Can't we just turn up for the final? Give us all a month off and we'll turn up.
Steady on.
But actually, the way this is going, and it goes back to what Ricky was saying.
It's not 5-1, is it?
It's only 4 at the moment. There'll be another one in a minute. It's like a bus. But the thing is, that Leicester game, which everyone was like, oh, that'll be the game where we get 3rd. I must admit, I said we'll get 3rd. I didn't think we'd get 3rd with 3 games to go. And that assumes we win tomorrow. But if we do have 3rd locked down before the Leicester game, which could happen in the next week, Ollie could be in a position where he could go, right, Leicester, I don't need half my team because we've already got 3rd. Last links, I don't need half my team because we ain't going to lose our 5-0 game.
That's
Jesse, Pereira, Igalo, Mata, you're playing against Leicester. You're playing against Last Links. All my first teamers that need a rest, you have 2 weeks off. That's your mini season. And then everyone's going to be playing friendlies. You're going to be coming back for the quarterfinal, semi-final, final of Europa. And then we go into another season.
Yeah, you can think about it like that, but I just don't see Ollie doing that. I really don't. I think he'll play maybe the likes of... But then again, if you've got McTominay and Fred as a centre defensive midfield, then you're laughing, really. You know what I mean? It's not as if we're down in quality. You know what I mean? We've still got the likes of, you know what I mean? You could swap Dallo for what's it called? Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof. You got Bailly there. You know what I mean? It's not a bad squad. That's why I said we haven't got a bad squad, but when it gets to the nitty gritty and we need a first 11 and the Brunos and the kind of, Pogba's is out, then we look really, really bad.
Hopefully he plays Romero as well all the way through, like he did, like he
there
should
you go.
do.
You know what I mean?
Romero in.
6 minutes added on in the Bournemouth game, so there could be another hat-trick yet. We'll keep you updated. We might get that three-goal turnover.
You never know. Ollie might buy Solanke now. You never know.
I'm glad Josh King hasn't scored. I don't think he scored, has he, Josh King?
He's injured.
No, he's injured. He's injured.
Oh. Well, I don't want him at United. I don't want him at United.
But,
I'd rather have Aki. You just remembered just why it's in my head. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it already. I bet you want to say happy birthday to our super left-back Luke Shaw today.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
One of your favourite players,
Luke, yeah.
one of my favourite left backs. Who said I didn't like him? You know what I mean? Happy birthday to Luke Shaw. I think you know me. I just think we can get a better left back out there. I don't think he's top 10 left backs in the Premier League, but hey, we go on, eh?
I tell you what, Ricky. I don't know where Adam sits on Luke Shaw, but Ricky, the performance from Luke Shaw on, I get a bit like Martial's, really. I think Greenwood got man of the match for me, but Martial and Luke Shaw, if Martial had scored a goal, I probably would have given him man of the match because I thought his overall game was brilliant. And if Bruno had headed that sitter in and Luke Shaw would have got an assist that everyone says he never gets, I think I would have given him man of the match. It was a fantastic performance from Luke Shaw. But to me, it's not a surprise. And what makes me laugh the most is I've seen people who don't like Luke Shaw now, and they're trying to say, well, I do like him now because he's starting to do the things I said he should do, like overlap and, positional. I'm like, shut up. He has been doing these things. He's just very good now consistently that people have got to turn their opinion on.
It's been 8 years, Mark. What did you expect? It's been 8 years.
But he's been good for the last 2. He won Player of the Year last year, didn't he? And he's been great since January. So I watched the game. I think he's one of the best left backs in Europe at the moment. I think defensively, he's got it on lockdown.
It's funny because I was listening to Talk Sport the other day, and Danny Murphy was on. I know ex-Liverpool, but he does have some good points. Danny Murphy says England's number 1 left back is Luke Shaw, without a doubt. So
he disappoints me. He said that because I think he talks a lot of shit, but he's obviously got this right.
That's what I mean. I'm listening to. He said he won't even entertain. He said for his balance of play, Luke Shaw is England's best left back. That's England, and we're all talking about the other quality sort of left backs in the Premier League. But I don't mind Luke Shaw at all. I thought he's had a good few games. He should have about 4 assists post lockdown. Yeah, if our strikers had anything about him. He's put some. You pointed out Bruno then, I remember, against Spurs, Martial.
Oh, should have been 5.
Great
Johnny Evans with an assist. Johnny
Evans,
Evans, right? Johnny Evans, the ball comes to him on his head and he just flicks it to the striker and then just stops running. I'm like, he's a red. He's a red.
God, we so need to win tomorrow.
Absolutely. Johnny Evans just doesn't give a shit there. He's like, United are getting top 4. I'm happy. His wife works for MUTV.
He's doing it for the missus.
Yeah. She's had a word. But I mean, to be honest, Johnny Evans is a bit like Luke Shaw in many ways. That I used to give Johnny Evans a lot of stick, but now I can sort of see where people come out with the Luke Shaw stick, because I used to give Johnny Evans a lot of stick, and actually I thought back, I remember him playing centre back with Vidic and Van der Sar was in goal, and we went on this amazing run from about January to March where we didn't concede a goal and we broke a record. And then since he's left United, I've seen, actually, I was a bit harsh on him because he's a very, very good centre-back. And I just think that, I don't know what you think, Ricky, I think when it comes to Luke Shaw, what people don't understand about Luke Shaw is that he is a left back. He definitely needs to do more going forward. But left backs are there to defend. It's like Wan-Bissaka, and nobody gets any change out of Luke Shaw. I don't care what anybody says. He's had it on lockdown like Wan-Bissaka has the other way. And I think that's a big part of our success over the last few months.
Well, when we played the Derby match just before lockdown, I think they only brought Mahrez on in the second half, didn't they? Mahrez, Williams was having a decent game at left back. Shaw was playing as a third centre back. I've mentioned this on here before. The coaches at United must really, really rate Luke Shaw. If you're going to switch a full back and play him at centre back, you've really got to have big thoughts about him. So he's playing at centre back. Williams is getting a game at left back. And then when they brought Mahrez on, Williams couldn't handle Mahrez. So what did they do? They brought Bailey on at centre back, and they switched Luke Shaw to left back and took Williams off. And then Mahrez was in Shaw's pocket for the rest of the game.
Yeah, he was. You're right.
Shaw's class. Shaw's class.
I had somebody saying this to me today, Adam, actually, that they would. Somebody I really respect, actually. I was doing a podcast with them, actually, and. They were talking about signings, and they were like Sancho and a centre back, and I'd like a left back. I'm not made up on Shaw. And I was like, what? You take a left back over a striker or an attacking midfielder? And they were like, yeah, he's a funny one because I just don't see it.
It's not a priority, though.
No. I don't see if we're prioritising left backs bottom of the list. Left backs up there with the goalkeeper for me, because Luke Shaw is fine. Brandon Williams is a ridiculously good cover, And you know what? Looking at him now, Luke Shaw seems to have put his injury roles behind him, which is a massive thing as well for him. So his confidence is going to get better and better and better. And all these games, he's getting fitter and fitter. I think he struggled in the Spurs game positionally, especially in the first half, but first game back. But since that game, he's got better every single game for me, Luke Shaw. And I've got no issue with him at all. I don't see it. I don't understand it. I mean, I've asked other people. I'm amazed how split the fan base is on Luke Shaw. I don't understand it because I don't know where the problem is with him. That's how I look at it. I don't understand. I know going forward he can get a bit better, but as like Saeed said, then Wan-Bissaka going forward still needs to improve a little bit more. But for me, I think they both can get better going forward. But you know what? They're not. I mean, they're not at the end of their careers, are they? So I just feel like Luke Shaw's career was interrupted badly by the broken leg because he was playing fantastic for Van Gaal before he broke his leg. And it's took him a long time to get over it. It really has. So for me, no, I'm Luke Shaw in. If he starts every game going forward into next season, I've got no issue at all with it. And I think Brandon Williams has made him better. I've said this before. The fact that he's got good competition is doing him the world of good as well.
Definitely. It's just finished. It's 4-1 to Bournemouth. I wouldn't have predicted that, but you know, what's the lottery numbers if you're a United fan? It's all gone our way. You know, I was a bit worried about Monday night football, thinking Chelsea beat Sheffield United, Leicester beat Bournemouth. You've got to win that game to keep close, and they took no points, and they've took a smashing. The team with the better, we've got a better goal difference than Chelsea, so it doesn't matter. But Leicester have got a better goal difference than us, and they've just reduced it by 3. We win 3-0 tomorrow night, which is my prediction. Then we'll be there. Just quickly, what are your sort of feelings tomorrow? Score predictions. We'll start off with you, Saeed.
You know what? It's going to be a very, very tactical game. I think that manager, Hasenhüttl, is a very, very top class manager. Hasenhüttl, that's it.
Wreck-It Ralph. He could be Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, you know what? I reckon Man United need to be. I'm not saying cautious, but they need to be understanding that they press very well, and I think I'm a bit worried for Harry Maguire tomorrow. I think when Man United's tactics, if you look at it, the fullbacks bomb on, and it leaves Matic covering both sides, and if Hings gets in 1-on-1, I'm very, very worried. So if we are going to be on our guard, they like to press, they like to do their thing. So I think same team, same lineup. I think quality. If we could just get the goals in. Mason Green could just score, and then Bruno, and then we do whatever we want. Just get the win. I'm not bothered how we play tomorrow. Tomorrow is the one where I'm looking at it. I'm not bothered how we win. We just get the win, and we're done.
It will be a good game. You're right. I think it will be. They are a good footballing side. In fact, actually, that reminds me, Saeed. The last time we played Southampton at Old Trafford, I went to that one. One of the very few games I go to, and it was a cracker. It was Proud scored a good goal, didn't he? Pereira scored a good goal, 3-2. And Saeed was there. We were all queuing up to the fan cams, and he started it off. He's at the wheel. And he started singing it and everything.
I was just in the background, just, pondering around.
I've got the video. He was says, come on, lads, let's do Ollie's at the wheel. And we were all like, I don't know about that. A bit close. Come on, he's the man. Ollie's at the wheel. We're going to win the title.
But that's why you need to get giddy. That was when everyone was getting excited, and we're on this unbeaten run. And then they all got back to where we were. So we need to relax.
Lukaku got 2, didn't he, that day as well?
Yeah. Quality player.
After the Palace game in the midweek. And then we bloody blew it after that. I think that was when he just about got given the job around then. And then we went on a crap run, didn't we? But happier times, Ricky. Tomorrow, I've gone 3-0. I think we're going to win comfortable. I think, everyone's talking about Wreck-It Ralph and Danny Ings going for the Golden Boot. And I'm like, tell me a Southampton player that actually gets in our team. That's the level of quality we've got. It's at Old Trafford. We play our game, and I think we'll do them easy. I think they're scared of us. I ain't scared of them.
I've got to say, I think we'll win. I've always said this here. I hate predicting the results of football games, and especially the scoreline. It's really difficult, but you've got to be confident. The form that we're in, the way we're playing, you've got to be confident. I do fancy us to win. I won't like to say what score, but I do fancy. But I will take any win. We've just got to win, haven't we? Doesn't matter.
Tomorrow night, that is it, Adam. It's one of those games where, like Saeed says, we've seen it with Sir Alex before. Let the rivals have a go at us if we scrape it with a penalty or whatever. It's I don't care if we win badly tomorrow. I've seen Sir Alex do that. You can't play well every game. The thing with United at the moment is we're playing well every game. There's going to be a game where it just doesn't work, and if it's tomorrow night, I don't care as long as we win.
Yeah, I just say you might as well go for a full-on ding-dong, aren't you? I'd hate it if it was a cagey close game. Yeah. If it was end-to-end, I think we'd end up tipping them because we got that much quality. Like by hook or by crook, just get the win. I just think we've got too many game changers and match winners in our team at the moment. Too many players in form for Southampton to be comfortable. The fact that it's at Old Trafford gives me even more confidence. I know there's no fans there, but United at Old Trafford, we just seem to be on another level again. And I've gone for 2-0 to United tomorrow. I just feel like Southampton have got a game plan. Said touched it there. They have got a very high press and we come unstuck sometimes by trying to play ball when we can't. Just knock it long on the odd occasion. Just mix it up. Just not play silly, and we will win tomorrow. Just play to your potential, and it's all over, innit? Top 4.
And don't give them free kicks.
Yeah, don't give Ward-Prowse any. He scored a cracker there at Old Trafford last season, didn't he?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game from another point of view as well, because I think that we've got it's probably the hardest game because Southampton, like Saeed said, are the best coach side. They do play a high pressing game. They do like to move the ball quick. They have got pace on the break against where we worry about our centre backs. But I think that will play into our hands, that it will be an open game. But also you got the added pressure as well. If, like Adam was saying, this rumour that Man City will get off, well, we know 5th place ain't going to get us top 4. The door's open because others have lost, but that adds a bit of pressure as well. So it's a real opportunity for United tomorrow to keep showing these attributes and mentality that we do want to get into title races in the next couple of years. And this is good practice for it. It's not the title. We know it's not the title, but there is pressure tomorrow. You almost getting into that mindset of it. In 2 years, this might be a chance to go top in a title race. So we can only deal with what's in front of us. And I think it's going to be an exciting game with a lot on it tomorrow. Okay, well, we've overrun a little bit there, but that's absolutely fine. Please smash a like on the video if you're watching. 15,000 watching. I think a few have tuned in because of the Bournemouth result, which we were watching as well during it, which is great. Look, 3rd place tomorrow. It's probably a little bit ahead of even what I thought, but look, I'm all for it. Get these next 2 wins and play the reserves against Leicester and just go on then. Let Leicester have the 3 points and don't let Chelsea into Europe. That'll be hilarious. What are you doing, Timo? What are you doing, Timo? You're in the Europa. It would be good. Ziyech who? Ziyech. Apparently he's going to be better than Bruno. But
give over. Give over.
Right, well, thanks, lads. We'll do a roundup as usual. Saeed, if you want to shout out your stuff.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, as always. Yeah, you can find me on United Central on YouTube and on Twitter at realist_187.
Ricky?
Rick the Red UK on Twitter.
Adam?
Yeah, thanks for having us on again, Mark. Yeah, catch me at Mad Red United on YouTube. All my socials are at the top there. Come on, Reds. Tomorrow.
Come on, United.
Come on, Bernard, please.
I'll be back in the morning with the morning show, and by the sounds of it, we'll have the City news as well. And then tomorrow night we'll have the watch along, and then we'll have all the lads and Sophie, I think, as well on the fan cams, which will be hopefully everybody being actually in 3rd place and not prospectively in 3rd place, actually sat in 3rd place, which will be a great start to the week. It's there. It's in our hands. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's actually in our hands. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.
Thanks all. Good night.